Point number one, perceived weaknesses can be a strength. Size or power can become liabilities. Weakness can foster creativity and resilience. And I couldn't think of a better example than martial arts, for example, that really does teach you how to use someone's size, power, overconfidence, underconfidence to manipulate it to your advantage. And this book really does bring that out in different examples, but that's the one that I know of right off the top of my head that you could use definitely and also use in your private, personal, and public life. The second one is the power of disadvantages, right? People face challenges all the time. And the thing is they are able to develop unique skills and persevere that lead them to success. And a lot of times that comes from being self-aware. Hey, I know I'm not good at this, so let me see if I can compensate in another area or do it a different way that most folks don't do it. But the thing is, become so good at it and niche at it that it can either get me by or actually push me past what a normal person would, if that makes sense. A lot of times that you have to work quite a bit harder than the regular person. And there are great examples in this book of that. Number three, the importance of perspective, right? Success depends on reframing disadvantages a lot of times and then approaching problems with a different, innovative angle that wasn't thought of before. And that could come, I think, a lot in, for example, your work life. If you're doing a project, but you know what you can't have, then that makes it a lot easier because you kind of base it on that. Whereas if it's a free for all, the chance of, in my opinion, scope creep is high. But if you can define, okay, this is something we have to be within this budget, we can only have this many employees, et cetera, it kind of allows you to create a plan around those limits. And it allows you to be more innovative on what you have, if that makes sense, of the resources you currently have, rather than be money or, like I said, staffing or whatever. So I find that very interesting. And this book really does touch on that piece quite a bit. The next thing is the inverted U curve, right? Wealth or resources advantages have diminishing returns at a certain point, right? And the thing is also budget is always there. So it's going to create new challenges. And the thing is sometimes having a lean budget is actually more prudent and less cost to the company because they can operate in the black instead of the red, where you have overspending and constant going of years and years of not being able to produce or do something. Number five, underdogs often defy expectations, right? So outsiders and underdogs, as I just mentioned before, succeed by usually breaking rules. We've done it this way, so we're always going to do it this way. It allows them to have leverage and unconventional strategies to get whatever needs to happen done. By doing this, you're being bold. Taking risk and being bold, I think, are symmetrical in my opinion. You could argue that, and I think this book argues it really well. By being bold, you're going to take risks, and I don't think you're going to hit on 100% of things. The thing is, if you keep trying and you keep trying to do things, a lot of times it's going to allow you to be in that mindset of, hey, let me be bold. Let me take a risk here, right? And let's see what we can come out of it. These are the top 5 things that I love about this book. I would definitely read it if I were you. It allows you to reframe and get a different perspective on how to look at situations. And one of the things that I really did enjoy is it talks about, a certain degree, in my opinion, about how folks that are able to do that don't wallow in self-pity, don't wallow in victimization. They look for solutions and ways to get out of wherever they are currently, which is a huge thing in life and will improve your life greatly. In my experience of 30 years of living in this world, is those that are able to do that generally seem to have a better quality of life. I'm not a scientist. I'm just telling you my own personal opinion. What is your favorite topic within this book if you have read it? What would you have to say to those that are interested in reading it and what they may get out of it more than any of the 5 that I mentioned? Is there anything in particular that you like? Do you have any other book recommendations that you would like to share with me? Please do. I'm interested in them. And I'm going to leave last year's book collection that I basically did of the top 5 books that I really enjoyed. And I have an Instagram channel down below, and I also have a Patreon if you'd like to support me there. And in addition to that, if I've earned your subscription today, hopefully today's the day that I did so. And thank you guys very much and have a wonderful day.